Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith, and I'm shooting this live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that if you're in here that you hit that thumbs up button. If you are viewing this from your if you're viewing this from your phone, double tapping the screen will allow this content to get the thumbs up. As always, make sure you check to see if you are still subscribed to the channel. Do all that good stuff. If you I can't give y'all all the accolades in regards to remembering the exact names, but I do know I'm on Rumble as Modern Renaissance Man is spelled weird. On Instagram as Modern Renaissance Man, but the O in modern is a 0. I'm on X as The Real Ty Smith. I'm on TikTok as Modern Renaissance Man. The O in modern is a 0. Okay. So I just want to let you guys all know that. So we're about 1 minute in right now. And I know that there's going to be some of you that are going to watch this later on today. And I'm not going to do what I did yesterday and waste any of you guys' time. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it, because I know that by the time I get into this conversation, numbers are going to increase. And people are going to say, what are we talking about? So let me go ahead and get into it while we're 1.5 minutes in right now. So this pretty much what you read in this article. Well, not the article. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't read the article. I'm going to read the article to you. But this article that I'm going to read is in regards to these polls that are saying that President Trump, based on what they are seeing in the early voting trends, that President Trump is going to win if they continue to trend this way, right? Just to let y'all know that. So it says with early voting turnout, you know what? I don't know why I've never done this before. That's not gonna work. I'll do it right here. Right here. Okay. So says with early voting turnout, with early turning vote out records in key battleground states, large number of Republican voters are showing up, potentially paving the way for a win for former President Donald Trump, according to veteran political journalist Mark Halpin, right? Speaking on Tuesday's episode of the Morning Meeting podcast, Halperin discussed reports suggesting Republicans are outperforming Democrats in early voting, particularly in battleground states like Nevada and North Carolina. Y'all, look, I'm just keeping it real. Y'all know how I'm going to keep it real. I don't know, y'all. I'm not saying that this is not right, but don't forget what happened the last time when the red was trending as well, but then all of a sudden there was a halt. Let me stop. I'll get to that later. If the early vote numbers, it says if the early vote numbers stay the way that they are, and that is a big if, we'll almost certainly know before election day who's going to win, Halperin said. Make no mistake, if these numbers hold up in the states that is if these numbers holds up in the states where we can partially understand the data, we'll know Donald Trump is going to win on election day, he said. Okay? Said this. Republicans used to excel at early voting before Trump turned against mail-in voting in 2020, spreading baseless conspiracy theories, it says, about the process and encouraging its supporters to go vote on election day. However, the party is once again pushing its voters to cast ballots early, with Trump endorsing the change. I'm telling everyone to vote early, Trump said. He said this last week on a radio show hosted by conservative Dan Bongino, who has widely spread false claims about early voting in 2020 election. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, you can say all you want to about this so-called stuff, but I might be covering some videos later on, because I have some stuff that came across my desk. Right now, there are people that were voting like in different states right now, a lot of the swing states. They say they will go in there and they will cast their ballot, whatever process it is that they're using. And when they get it, the machine was switching their vote. And so they would have to go back in there and correct it, which I find to be very strange. Come on now. I mean, we can't be doing this already this early. You heard me. They will go in, cast their ballot, the machine switched their vote, which makes absolutely no sense, right? There are people who are going in there and they're showing proof right now. One guy went in there, he didn't even have an ID or anything, and this is in a state where you're supposed to show it. And we'll get to that later. Reason why I dived into it because the fact that they start saying things about it being a conspiracy theory about mail-in ballots and everything like that, which we saw plenty of videos of people doing that. There's a video right now of a man that he went to go vote and they said he already voted. He said, no, I did not. So what ended up happening is that he actually went and looked at his Ring camera and a woman came on his porch and stole his ballot. That's why I know I'm going in person. I'm just telling you, I'm going in person. Back to the story though. Republicans seem to be responding in North Carolina, where Democrats had an edge of more than 30 percentage points in their early voting at this point in 2022. They're ahead just by 1% point this year. In Nevada, where Democrats have traditionally relied on strong early voting to counter GOP election day turnout, about 1,000 more Republicans than Democrats have cast early ballots this year. Despite these trends, the implications for the election remain unclear, which is what I wanted to just tell the truth on. Okay. Early vote data only reveals party registration, not how voters cast their ballots. The makeup of early voters can shift one day to another, and what's like a trend in early voting may change once election day ballots are counted. No crap. Yeah. While Halperin cautions that these numbers could be overread, he also noted that every analysis he's spoken to in the last 24 hours has said that if this trend continues, Trump's chances of winning are very high. If this continues, Donald Trump can't lose because the Democrats won't be able to do well enough on election day. Bull crap. I'm just saying. I'm saying bull crap. And we already got some of these people already saying I will do a video later on, but we already have some of these people saying that they know that they're not going to be able to have everything counted on election night. Y'all, we got some countries that are third world to us, and they can get their stuff done and taken care of. They can get their stuff taken care of, but we can't. Anyway, Sean Spicer, co-host of the podcast and Trump's first White House press secretary, offered his thoughts on the trend, attributing it to three factors: the cleanup of voter rolls in many states, effective voter registration efforts before the election, and the influence of issues and governance on their side. It's almost like the preseason, getting folks registered, getting them excited, and staying in touch with them that mattered, Spicer said. The return to bipartisan early voting has shattered records. North Carolina and Georgia both reported record number turnout on the first day of in-person early voting, and this surge has even spread to states like South Carolina, which set its own record when it opened early voting on Monday, despite not being competitive at the presidential level. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my thing is this. I'm one of those people to where I get that the early voting thing is here and it's trending one particular way, but at the same time, I'm still a person that's going to really encourage a lot of the voters. Now, notice I said a lot of the voters. I encourage people to go out there and vote in person. I don't think no one should be cheated at all, whether you are a Democrat or whether you are a Republican. Nobody should be cheated at all. Nobody. Everybody vote should count. Everybody vote should be casted. There shouldn't be, y'all, that's why I don't like this. That's why I'm sorry. I don't like this machine stuff. The fact that these machines and they showed proof can be hacked. The fact that these machines have like a Wi-Fi little chip in it to where you can use it by Wi-Fi. I don't like that at all. I just don't. There was a time back when I was in high school where they called those, what they call them, the Scantron, the Scantrons, they call them something like that. And we wrote our answers in. The teacher would do it right there in front of us, right? The teacher would do it right there in front of us. They'll put it right in there, and you get to see the little red. Y'all remember that? I think they called it Scantron paper, whatever it was. Yeah. So they would put that through the machine, then you would look at it, and you can see the little red marks next to where you marked your pencil at. Now, I don't get this. How is it that we are far ahead today in technology, right? We are far ahead today in technology. And you're telling me these highly advanced machines, they can't read the Scantron right, causing somebody pencil mark to flip to something else? Come on now. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't like the fact that it's connected to anything Wi-Fi, that it's connected to the internet. You should be, man, y'all, I'm telling you, this sucks. And again, I'm saying this for election integrity. It has nothing to do with the 2020 election results. It has everything to do with just fairness, integrity, and doing things the right way. If anything, why can't we just go back to hand counting them? That's going to take too long. Oh, no, bull crap. I call bull crap on that. I would love it if we was able to do it in real time. You come up, you get it, put it in the box. It shows Trump, it shows Trump, it shows Kamala. When you see ballots going in, you might see Kamala move up. When you see ballots going in, you might see Trump move. Show it right there in real time. Who cares? Show us in real time. Stick around. You see a long line of people in the municipality that you may be voting in, and then in that particular building, why can't they have it right there in the bar graph right there? Show it in the bar graph. Whatever building you go to vote in, show the bar graph of how people are voting in there. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? They're going to say every 30 minutes, or every 10 minutes, we're going to show you guys how it's looking, how it's trending. How come we can't do it like that? That's what I'm saying. I don't like that. So anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys that. What are y'all thoughts on that? You can leave it in the comment section even now, or you can leave it in the comment section after this video. One thing I would hope that you guys are all doing, if you are on your phone right now, if you double tap the screen, it will give the video a thumbs up. If you're watching this from a computer, I would hope that you would give the video a thumbs up. There's 312 people in here, and we got 64 thumbs up in here. So if y'all can make that number go up, that would be greatly appreciated. That way that this content can be pushed out there, things like that. Because guys, it's the truth. Channels like this and mine, they're being shadow banned. They're being pressed down because they don't want voices who are free thinkers like mine to get out there, plain and simple. And guys, being a person that's very competitive, I'm all about competition. And if things is right and you rightfully lose, you rightfully lose. If you rightfully win, you rightfully win. But it should be to where none of us have to sit there and question it to the extent of what we did back in 2020. And it shouldn't be nothing wrong with any president, whoever loses, to be able to question the election at all. That's part of the process. People had no problem when Hillary Clinton did it. They had no problem with, I remember when Al Gore did it. I wasn't voting, but based off what I saw then, I wasn't even into politics, but I just did not like Bush. I wanted Al Gore to win, right? And then the second time around, because I didn't like Bush, because we found out some stuff that happened during 9/11. I couldn't stand them. And then how I know that they went into Iraq without no real life evidence or real time evidence that there was weapons of mass destruction there. And a lot of our fellow American brothers and sisters lost their lives over a baseless claim that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and Al Qaeda. And then everything that happened with 9/11 had me just like, man, come on now. I was like, I wanted Kerry to beat Bush, but he didn't. But my point is, a lot of them questioned it. Al Gore questioned, I think it was Florida. He wanted a recount, right? Nobody had a problem with that. But then Trump questions this, and all of a sudden, oh, he's trying to overturn the election. He's trying to, it just shows how much a lot of folks can be, right? Anyway, guys, again, I appreciate y'all all being here. I thank y'all for taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure if you haven't did it to hit that thumbs up. Share the video. I would really appreciate it if you did. You can share it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you can share it. Just do that for me if you don't mind, all right? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.